Hey everybody, welcome to SchollyLife. Real excited. We got one of the best girls in the whole world for her age. Jamie Loeb from New York, on her way to North Carolina next year. And we'll be participating in some of the pro tournaments moving forward. Thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So let's just talk a little bit about kind of the breakthrough year. Where were you when you started technically, and then now you're fourth in the country for your recruiting class. I know at some points you were number one. When did that happen, and where were you, and then where did you get to?
Last year I remember I had a really tough month of March. I lost first round of Carson and Easter Bowl, and I was pretty down on myself. But I had a big ITF, a grade four, in Delray in May, and I just remember Felix telling me, like, Jamie, like, you really have to do well here because I wanted to play the Junior US Open, and for some reason that I always think about that, and after that I end up winning singles and doubles of that, which gave me a lot of confidence, and then I went on to play the international grass courts, and I won that in singles and doubles, and just those two tournaments alone gave me a lot of confidence, and that's, I guess, when I started my little streak. But, yeah, I just keep thinking about what he said, and it really, I don't know, something clicked, and I did well.
How did you get back up from that, and what was that experience like?
I just went back to the drawing board. I just trained hard as usual, and I think just one day, like in practice, I don't know, things just clicked, and I remember in May I just started like figuring out things and breaking down my opponents and just doing things on my own on the court, and I feel like tactically I was getting better and
Did you
stronger.
do anything different physically as far as like more training or getting stronger, faster, or was it more just like you're talking about mentally, like you figured out, okay, I just need to make more balls, or maybe I don't need to go for as much, or maybe I just need to hang in there a little bit, or maybe I need to be more aggressive. What do you think it was?
I think it was a lot with my tactics. I just stayed in the point more, and I don't know, I just broke down my opponents and forcing them to miss rather than me missing. Like, I think it really helped when I won that Delray tournament because it was on clay, and I was actually like grinding through a lot of my matches and just playing a little differently than usual, but I think that's what worked and kind of frustrated my opponents. And physically, obviously, I was still getting stronger and working hard, but I think a lot of it came from my
Told me
tactics.
before about you're playing some pro events now, and I know you've got a WTA ranking, and I know there's a kind of a combination between playing the pro events and not really having pressure because they're older and you're not don't have points, you're not supposed to win, and then the combination of, well, you do belong and you want to do well there. What's your experience been like so far playing the pro events?
I've had, I guess, like ups and downs. Like, I won two 10,000s, which was great. And at that point, I really didn't expect much, and I didn't know what to expect. And I guess I didn't have that pressure at all. And that's when also I just really felt that I was playing probably my best tennis and breaking down my opponents. But then I've been playing also the 25,000s, and the girls are very tough, obviously, and they have a lot more experience, and it's just each level gets harder and harder, and you just have to keep working really hard, and that's what I've been doing, and just really narrow in what I need to improve on, because these matches come down to just a few points, unlike juniors or lower level tournaments where you can get away with losing some points. Like at the higher level, it comes down to like only a few points.
You're going to one of the best schools in the country for tennis in North Carolina with one of the best coaching staffs. At what point did you ever think about not going to college, or was it always you were going to go to college at least and then see?
I've had mixed emotions, especially last year, like I wasn't sure. But for the most part, I think I knew I was going to go to college because I wanted an education, and my parents weren't going to pay for a scholarship for the school, and having a scholarship really helps. But I think I have like the best of both worlds because I can go to UNC, and say if I feel I'm ready earlier to play in the Pro Tour, they'll allow me to do that. So I think it's a win-win situation, and I'll just see how it goes. I definitely want to become a top professional, but I just have to wait when the timing is right.
The girls out there that are 12, 13, 14 years old and they want to be you, they want to be a pro, they're working their butts off. What advice do you have for them, and kind of what's like a daily schedule for you? Like what are you doing as a junior, senior in high school to become so good?
I normally train Monday through Friday, sometimes Saturdays, about 4 hours a day and an hour of fitness. I train in the morning and afternoon.
Okay. And so you said about 4 hours on court and an hour of off court every day,
Yeah, I
and
do.
a lot of tournaments.
Yeah, a lot of tournaments. I feel the competition is key, and match playing, being match tough is a pretty important factor. And for me, I think that's what got me to where I am now, because without the matches, you don't have like match toughness and being meant and just like playing against all different players.
Okay, when your tennis career is over and you get a job, do you want to work in the sports field somewhere?
Oh, definitely. I don't know exactly what I want to do, but somewhere in the sports field.
Okay, let's talk about traveling. You've traveled the world playing tennis. Where are some of your favorite places?
Australia, because that was the first time I ever been out of the country, and it's just an amazing place and beautiful.
And you played the juniors there?
Yeah, junior Australian Open.
How'd that go?
I won my first round. I ended up losing my second round to the girl who's now 3 in the world in juniors. I lost in 3 sets, but it was a really good experience, and I learned a lot from it.
All right, Jamie, so tell me any books that you've been reading that you really like, or books you recommend that have helped you become a better tennis player.
Lately I've been reading this book called Tennis: Winning the Mental Match by Alan Fox, and it really helps me and puts me into perspective on, how to approach certain matches and controlling my emotions and dealing with confidence issues and just everything like a tennis player goes through. And it really explains like solutions and how you feel in certain situations and how you should handle it. And, I feel that for me it definitely helps and makes me a better tennis player, and mentally makes you stronger, and realize that tennis is just a sport and you should be having fun, and if you're not, then it's not the sport for you. So it really comes down to that, and the whole book is just mental tips to help you win matches and improve.
Really appreciate you coming on with me and talking with me. Wish you the best of luck in college and on the tour. Once you become a top 100 in the world, we're going to do it again.
Definitely.